The big 2-8.
Marshall Falk was 28.
Yeah, Marshall Falk episode. I'm Justin here in Oklahoma, where we're I don't know, grabbing crotches and
I love it. I love it. I love it.
And the guy to my right
There you go.
is the one, the only, Chris.
It's me.
Critter OG.
I drop buckets. All right, I'm a professional bucket dropper. That's me.
Oh, man. We haven't seen you drop buckets in a while, bro.
Yeah, you guys are over there dropping virtual buckets. All right, I'm out here dropping real life bucks. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How's that wrist?
Dude, the wrist is good. I got a nice little wrist brace, and I still J with it.
Oh no, you're not the guy out there with the wrist brace.
Nah, it's not like a whole brace though. It's just like right on the wrist. It looks like a sweatband almost.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Come on now. Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
I'll look past that.
Look,
You
man,
know,
I
as
look
long
like
as you don't
good
show
out
up,
there.
as long as you don't show up with the arm sleeve. And
Oh no. Look, we know I ain't that guy. We know who that guy is. We all got that one guy in the group, and my man's fully digital camoed out when he does it.
And we a little bit north of the critter, we have A Diggs. What's up, A Diggs?
Not much, man. I'm just trying to stay warm out here.
And what's the temperature up there?
Man, it's like in the 30s, man. Like this, it just completely went from summer to winter. Like,
Yeah, no, that summer and winter came together and said "F you fall."
right.
And there was no fall this year at all. We had a couple days of fall in Charlotte. I don't know what's it like in Oklahoma. What do we got to prepare for? Is it cold?
I woke up this morning. It was 40. So
Oh,
yeah, it was.
Must be nice. Woke up, it was 26.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten that cold yet. So it's pretty good. It's actually like 80 degrees on Sunday, I think. So
Wow.
Yeah,
it was-
Blessed.
yeah, it was abnormally hot for this time of year. So, anyways, I mean, it fluctuates. Oklahoma, you just gotta, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, and you might like it. So what we got, man? What we got on the agenda, Diggs?
Well,
What are
you started out talking about crotch grabbing, so why don't you go ahead and tell us about that story?
Okay, so I mean, it's just a regular Kansas Jayhawk team. For those of you that don't know that they actually have a football team. They're not just a basketball school. OU's going up there to play, and of all the games, it seems like every time they play Kansas at their place, it's windy or cold or rainy. It was super, super windy, and the Kansas Jayhawk players get out there and they decide they're going to put their hands behind their back, and some people have even mentioned that could, try to, parallel to Baker Mayfield in cuffs because he did get arrested over the summer, but they wouldn't shake his hand. He got pretty hype off that. He's already got a big chip on his shoulder, and they took 2 big cheap shots. I think a lot of people have seen that on Twitter, YouTube. And then we know after he threw a touchdown pass, he walks to the sideline. He actually slapped his tail and, said, "Kiss my," and then gets on the sidelines, looks over to the Kansas player that cheap shotted him, grabs his crotch, and, says a couple F-bombs. And and the crazy thing is he's always talking on the sidelines, and especially he'll look to the team across. He'll pick out a coach, whoever he has a beef with, and who will talk to them during the game. It's crazy, but the camera's usually not on him, and this time he did yell some profanity. It wasn't a great look, but I think if you talk to anybody who's in SEC school or on the East Coast, what do they think of it?
I love it. I thought it was dope. Like, I don't know. I think it's just the media over glorifying the situation, making it seem like, I mean, Zach Sanchez, who played at Oklahoma, had a great tweet about it, and people forget the game that they're playing. Like, it's football, any sport. I mean, you go play pickup and you talk more trash when you win. Like, it's just the nature of the beast when you play. It's a competitive sport. Juices are flowing. Like, just get over it is my thing. I mean, I could be different the way I look at things, and maybe that's not professional, but I want that in my quarterback who's leading my team. Like that team goes as Baker Mayfield goes, especially. Like they don't have the greatest defense, but as long as Baker Mayfield's hitting on all cylinders, they will be fine.
And isn't it when you take some cheap shots, whether you're playing basketball, football,
yes.
you kind of change. You look to that person. You're like, man, I'm gonna score on you. I'm gonna rip the ball from you, and then I'm not gonna get physical, but I'm definitely, I'm gonna show you with my game, and then I might run my mouth a little bit afterwards.
I mean, it's like when they call fouls all the time in a pickup game, right? And then you just like whatever, and you just make that 1-and-1 on them, right? And you just go crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
crazy.
It's just the verbal assaultage comes almost. It's you leave it all in between the lines. Like he probably didn't even know what he was doing. He was probably blackout at the time. You know what I mean? Not like drunk, but just blacked out.
I
into the game.
I like seeing the passion, but for the younger crowd, I do hate that it was zoomed up on him.
They're gonna be doing the same thing, man.
and it should you could really spell out what he was saying. But again, it's sticks and bones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I mean, it's words.
You were close. You almost got the
that was off. I haven't said that one.
You said bones twice, but we'll let you slide.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry.
Go ahead. You can try it again.
No, I
think he said stones, right?
Nah, he said sticks and bones may break my bones.
I think I might have. Yeah. Well, bones could probably not break up. Bones could break bones. Anyways.
All in all, yeah, Baker Mayfield. I think you got to keep being you. He's shorter. You know what I mean? Like he has that chip on his shoulder as it begins with. Like you have to play with that edge, and that's what he has. That's what makes him a great college QB. It's yet to be seen on the pro level. He'll probably get a mid-round draft grade, get drafted. So we'll see. I love it. People are comparing him, like Colin Cowherd saying he's Johnny Manziel. He had the same attributes as that. They both did the same off the field, on the field things. But he's a college kid. He's going to learn. He clearly knows how to lead a football team. He does it week in, week out. His teammates must love him. So.
Yeah, and I mean, Baker's never really done anything to cost his team 15 yards on the next kickoff. No sportsman-like stuff. So I don't, he waits, he cools down, he knows what's going to cost his team, and then he just, it's firing him up. He's very passionate about what he does. But I don't get the Johnny Manziel references because Baker Mayfield got drunk one time that we know of because of social media, and Johnny Manziel was flying to Vegas, hanging out with Drake on their bye weeks, and if they didn't have a practice, he's like, all right, I'm gonna cruise out here to Vegas.
That's funny.
So I don't get those comparisons.
Yeah. What do you think, Diggs? What's your opinion on it?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it. Like you said, you're playing football. Like of course you should have that edge. You just don't normally see your quarterback doing that. And I don't have a problem with it at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right. And when you talk to football players or if you play football, I mean, the refs, they hear everything out there. They'll let anything go. There's a few words that you cannot say. So, that's one thing. Those guys are already saying it on the field. You can't see it because their face masks are in the way. You never really – the NBA – you'll see it every once in a while.
But you hear Carmelo say it every rebound.
Right. Yeah. Every rebound. Yeah. So that's
my thing is, what about I guess it's a double standard with Marshawn. I mean, Marshawn did it and every big network loved it. You know what I'm saying? They showed it over and over again, him diving into the end zone, basically saying, hold my dick. So it just doesn't make sense to me that now, I don't know. It just goes to show, not to get political, just where we are with social media and the world as a whole right now. It's the United States of the offended or whatever people say.
People get entirely too offended.
Yeah, way too offended.
There's going to be a social media network like Facebook, but it's just going to be straight, say what you want. If you get offended, you're kicked off.
It's bad state at the moment.
Bad state. So what else is on the agenda? What did y'all like about the NFL this week?
The Saints they're for real. The Redskins.
They look like it.
Redskins gonna go and let that blow. I know why Jared's didn't come on the show. He's saying his computer's bugging, but I don't know.
That was the worst.
Oh, the worst.
The worst. I mean, dude, They're up by 2. What? How many scores? 16, 15 points.
It was 16 in the final 4 or something like that.
Yeah, 16 points, and come on, you're good. Gruden calls a fake punt in his, on his own 20 when they're up by a touchdown in the first half. Let's keep that going, man. Don't just tense up and call 3 running plays on the final. When you can put it away. And they're selling out for the run, as they showed when Kirk threw the touchdown to his tight end the time before. So that was bad. But I do like the Saints. I think they're for real. I actually picked them to surprise you in that division.
We're still right there, though. We're right there. But anyway, the Saints, no, they're definitely for real. I like how they've taken it out of Drew Brees' hand. I think they had 170 on the ground last week, or this week, I guess, whatever we want to call it. So Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara are the real deal for sure. 1-2 punch. I don't know. What
is New England that good now, or the Raiders just?
I think it's New England. I mean, it was always going to be that way with New England. We knew it. We just overreact because it's early in the season and we want something to talk about.
But their defense is so bad.
I think it's a combination of both. Like the Raiders do not look good.
No, the Raiders aren't good.
Why do they drop? Why do they drop so many Like the wide receivers can't catch a cold. What the heck? I mean, it's
just one of those years. I mean, NFL's the craziest with fluctuating year to year. I mean, we see it almost with teams other than the Patriots are the only team that really asserts dominance every year. Other than that, like I don't know what it is. Something they don't really have injuries. All their players are there, obviously. I think they needed to. Behind that offensive line, the Raiders need to give the ball to Marshawn more. I mean, it's too late in the season now, but
yeah, there was a 4th and 1, I think. Yeah, 4th and 1. They got a penalty. It's 4th and 6. They threw the punt team out there. The Raiders did. 4th and 1. Lynch had been, rested. Like, he had been on the sidelines for a while, and they run in the other running back to take that 4th and 1. And I did not understand that call whatsoever, not having Lynch out on the field. You've got Lynch. I mean, that's what he does. He picks up those short yardage situations.
Runs him. You know what he says. You know his famous.
Yeah, he's like, this happened to me in the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, he's like, whatever. I'm just gonna do my show, no script, and I'm gonna chill. Whatever. I was just here for the community.
Right. So
for the fans.
I don't know, but yeah, New England is definitely impressive. Belichick expects greatness. So does Brady. They get it. They get that. You don't see them dropping passes.
And we see the transition. I mean, they made the greatest trade that they could have made and got Brandon Cooks to stretch the field. Tom Brady is like tied for the most 20-yard passes this year, which he never
throwing
does.
them on the money, and that's what he wanted to do in the offseason.
Right.
Did he just get better from last season? I mean, those deep balls he threw to Cooks yesterday were on the money, 50 yards down the field.
And one thing that's, I mean, I saw it on I don't know what I was watching or listening to. The Raiders stayed. They both know that they're going to Mexico City, which is higher, I believe, than Denver, elevation-wise.
Right.
And the Patriots stayed in Denver to practice that whole week because they had just got done playing Denver, and then flew to Mexico City. So they were relatively acquainted. While Oakland plays at the lowest elevation in the league, they're actually below sea level, and so they stayed in Oakland, and then they go out to literally 0 to 100 in a day.
Yeah, that's probably not the best idea because it takes a day or two to get acclimated. Yes. Definitely.
Know how you fly out. I mean, you fly out the day before, so you got a day and maybe a half to be ready for that. It's just you're not going to be.
Yeah.
That just goes to show the level of obviously greatness that Bill Belichick has, and obviously Tom Brady. Them two are they the greatest coaching QB duo of all time?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no question. Now, especially after last season. I mean, I hate, as a Niners fan and the love I have for Joe Montana, you have to respect what Brady's done. And it's crazy that, like I said, the one thing he could improve on was probably throwing the deep ball more because he really hasn't done that too much since Randy Moss, and you can kind of throw it anywhere in his vicinity.
They do it no matter who's in the game. I mean, they lose arguably before they got Cooks their top 3 out of 4 receivers. I mean, they lost Malcolm Mitchell, who came on last year as one of Tom Brady's favorite targets. Yeah. Chris Hogan was out, and obviously Julian Edelman's out. So they've been going to more 3 tight end sets, and they have 3 really good tight ends. I mean, they got Dwayne Allen, who's their third one, and then they got Gronk and Martellus Bennett now. So they just seem to play chess while everybody else is playing checkers.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what I learned after this weekend of the NFL.
Yeah. Look, I was hoping that it doesn't look like the Falcons are going to lose. They're up 14-0 right now. And the Saints won. I was hoping that I was hoping the Saints will lose because that just gives the Panthers the game up on them. Not a game up, but we'll be tied with them. They just got the tiebreaker. So things didn't go up quite my way.
Yeah. So let's talk about something not going quite your way. Your Tyrod Taylor. Well,
that's bad.
You sat on the bench and you watched the guy. I mean, you're in playoff contention. You're on the bench. And you have this rookie that comes in and he throws 5 picks in the first half?
Yeah,
five picks and 14 passes.
And then your head coach comes out today and says there were some bright spots in there. I see no bright spots.
He has a personal beef with Tyrod. He has to.
Something's going on within that meeting room. Somebody's in our chat said it earlier. Maybe he's questioning play calling and they don't like that, or they're blackballing him essentially to get him out. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure, some coaches have their big egos, right? I mean, you have to have a different mindset to be a coach because of, how many how much fans will hate you when you're losing and love you. It's an emotional roller coaster being a head coach. And I just think him and Tyrod might have gotten into an argument. He didn't really like some of the play calling.
My thing is, their head coach is a defensive mind. So, it can't – I mean, obviously it can come from him, but maybe it's beef between Tyrod and the offensive coordinator or something because Sean McDermott is literally – I mean, that's all he did in Carolina. He was our defensive coordinator for multiple years, obviously.
Right. Well, and you look at a guy like Tyrod who has had some pick trouble in the past.
Yeah.
Not
really.
I mean, not a lot, but there's been some games where he hasn't taken care of the ball like he should have, whether it's a fumble or a pick.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about in the past. This season, he's done a lot better with that. And maybe they weren't thinking that he was taking some of the shots downfield that he needed to. And, it's stupidity to me.
They were just waiting for that first game for him to do bad. And obviously they had a terrible performance as a whole last week. It wasn't just Tyrod, just the whole team. And I mean, he threw 5 interceptions in his last 14 games. And then you throw in this man who nobody knows, but went to Tennessee and got benched for Josh Dobbs, who literally could not throw in college.
Right.
And got benched for him and went to Pittsburgh. And people said he's supposed to be Brady or some wild comparison. So clearly that's not the case. Do you think this is – you throw 5 picks in your debut, there's no way you're getting another chance to start.
No way, no chance. But I would say if they're out of playoff contention, they'll definitely. I would say they'd have to start them. I mean, threw them out there. You say you're off Team Tyrod, so you've got to play him if you're out of playoff contention. But it was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
What do you think, Diggs?
Man, I don't. Like I said, I think it's a personal beef. But that team is done. They shouldn't have traded Marcel. That's the big thing to me.
Well, maybe Tyrod spoke up.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's like he shouldn't have. He didn't like that trade.
Yeah, I can definitely.
McDermott probably isn't agreeing with him.
Look, and then they traded for KV. He gets hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems like a little bit of dysfunction because at the beginning of the year, Carolina traded this guy Clay, who's just a wide receiver on the depth chart, and a pick for Kevon Seymour, who's one of our starting corners now. And we ended up getting Clay back just a couple weeks ago because they dropped him and cut him. So I don't know what's going on in Buffalo, if it's just the shuffling of the guard because they fired their GM before the year and they're just trying to retool. But I mean, as a fan of that fan base, you were essentially in playoff contention before yesterday. You were 5-4. Tyrod may not have had the greatest game, but that's how it's going to go. You're not always going to have – I mean, Tom Brady had a game where he threw 4 picks against the Bills, 4 picks against the Chiefs. Even the greatest are going to throw a lot of picks. So, I don't know. To me, I don't know if it's the race thing. It's got to be there's some type of beef going on within the locker room. Maybe they need a players-only meeting. Those always seem to work.
Yeah. I mean, Tyrod's not playing bad.
He takes care of the ball. He's a good game
he's taking care of the ball.
Yeah, that's what he's done this year better than any a lot of years this year, and I'd say definitely the second half of last year. So I don't know.
I mean, it would suck to be a Bills fan right now. That's all I can say.
Oh, absolutely.
Luckily, KB avoided ligament damage in his knee.
So Trump versus the two L's, Lynch and Lavar.
Oh, hold on. We got to talk about these Chiefs.
Oh, okay. What do you got with the Chiefs?
Oh,
that is
they
true.
lost to the Giants in overtime.
Look, man, they couldn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah,
and Eli Apple was a healthy scratch.
Right. So they were talking about Alex Smith being, he's been able to throw the ball downfield a lot better earlier this season, the first few. But they were saying it's because of the inclement weather that they get in Kansas City, and it was windy. It gets windy in that stadium, and you'll have a lot of cold, rainy days. He does not take those same chances if there's any inclement weather. And there was a lot of, I think we're seeing some truth to that. And I don't know if his hand's too small for the ball or just, scared to take that because he's not going to be able to put as much behind it. But, you got to think, how many games do you have like he had yesterday before they start talking about Mahomes?
Right? Yeah, Mahomes will sling that thing, dude. He'll sling it.
Right. And they have the offense set up, with the Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt. You've got some of the, great was it Conlin or Conway?
Yeah, Conley. Yeah,
Conley. Receivers that can go get it. Well, you've got to take advantage of that, especially in playoff time. That would have helped out tremendously when they played the Steelers last year.
I mean, yeah, it seems like with Alex Smith, it's a great point you bring up with the weather. I never really thought of that. He's just reverts back to his game managing ways. He just Mr. Check down. I'm pretty sure Travis Kelce was a 3/4 of their. We saw it 2 years ago, was it? Or was it last year where only the tight ends caught touchdowns for him?
It was either last year or the year before. Yeah, they had some good wide receivers.
Yeah, he can only throw to the safe routes, I guess. And did they play in New York yesterday? Or was it in Kansas City? Because either way, they're both the same as far as weather-wise.
I think it was in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
It obviously gets harder to throw when the ball is cold. I don't know. I think they should. I don't know if you should move to Mahomes just because Alex Smith. If it stays like this, if you're going to lose to a team like the Giants, well, you're going to have to.
But the thing is, with that division, they shouldn't have problems unless all of a sudden, because you got the Raiders looking bad. We talked about it the other day. The Chargers legitimately could come back and win that division.
Yeah.
Wow. If my man Gung Hung So or whatever would have hit some field goals, they would be up there right now.
Right.
They lost those first 2 games on missed field goals.
So that's an interesting division. So you don't want to just put Mahomes in and risk losing the division. But
with the weather, too, Kareem Hunt was balling at the beginning of the year. Now that they're not stretching the field as much, he's not really doing anything anymore. He's just your normal NFL running back, it seems. So
yeah, he hasn't been doing much. They bottled him up. And you look at the surfaces too. Arrowhead is the natural grass surface that the elements definitely cause it to not
slow
perform.
down.
Yeah, you're going to be a little slower. It's going to do a lot of things that. And that's why a lot of teams don't have the natural grass anymore. I think Kansas City's. One of the few, I'd say.
Yeah. I think it's them, Oakland, obviously.
Yeah. There's just a few. You can't really compare Arizona in there because how they treat the grass outside of the
Carolina,
stadium.
too, has natural grass.
So Miami. So there's a few, but that does play a factor in conditions like this.
Yeah.
But, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a problem with it.
No, none at all. Oh, that's another one we can talk about. Hundley is not. They don't have Aaron Rodgers 2.0 there. We'll say that.
No.
Because he might have a decent game, but you can't do that against the who did they play?
The Ravens.
Yeah, that's a regardless of their record, that's a playoff defense. And so that's just going to show you that's teams that Aaron Rodgers is going to beat. That's what Big Ben's going to be playing in the playoffs. So that's just a true test. You've been sitting long enough. I understand you're not getting the game reps, but You've been sitting behind one of the greatest long enough. You've been in the meeting rooms with them. You should know the ins and out of the offense. You should be able to make these throws, and they're just not doing it. And to me, it goes to show that the Packers aren't – they really are only – it's kind of – they're only as good as Aaron Rodgers is. They don't surround him with their greatest talent because most of their plays is just literally schoolyard football. They'll run something, and then Aaron Rodgers escapes and hits somebody open.
Baker Mayfield in that offense. Oh.
You think he'd kill it?
Oh, yeah. That offense, like a Gruden offense in Washington, but I think he would kill it. I mean, he's like a lot of people don't compare him to Aaron Rodgers because they're different quarterbacks, but I mean, look at him. He's got a quick release, super strong arm, and he's gets out of the pocket and does.
And to think he almost stopped playing football to play Halo.
Right.
That's crazy.
That is.
Real quick though, before we move on from the NFL. Redskin fans, all the Redskin fans out there, can you just go ahead and pay Kirk Cousins? What are you going to get that's better than Kirk Cousins? Nothing. The only you complain about all your injuries that you have right now, like we got 15 people on injured reserve, blah blah blah, and you're still competing in games because Kirk Cousins makes plays. Like Kirk Cousins is a good NFL quarterback. I'm convinced of it. I don't know why Washington fans aren't. Just because he's not leading you to the damn Super Bowl, nobody's led you there in a while. Like, come on. I think you need to pay the man. That's just my opinion on that. Or don't franchise tag and let him walk.
Yeah. A lot of teams would like to have a Kirk Cousins.
A lot of teams would pay him tons of money.
Yeah.
Tons.
Pay him or free him. We all got to do something.
Yeah.
I want to make a prediction right now.
What's this?
Eagles and Vikings in the NFC Championship.
Nah, man. We know where I'm at.
Can we talk about Keenum?
Keenum,
look,
he's giving him a reason to keep Teddy on the bench.
Yeah, but I think Teddy's still – that pressure from Teddy is still there, in my opinion, because
he
even
does
the coach
just
said it,
enough, though.
Yeah, just enough, but I don't know. I really – look, the fan in me is hoping Teddy gets to play at some point.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Teddy eventually – is still better than Keenum, in my opinion. I mean, we don't know because we haven't seen, but his ceiling is definitely higher than the Keenum.
Yeah. Keenum, what you got is what you're going to get, which is a middle of the road towards probably it just depending on what situation you're in. He's better than the bad quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
But he's not up there with the, I would say, good
he makes right decisions. And he always was that way. I mean, you go back to college, man was a beast in college.
Oh, yeah.
All over the field, so.
Threw it for miles.
Gunslinger, man.
Yeah.
It's the Redskins' new quarterback next year.
I would hope.
Keenum is like a Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a little better than Colt McCoy, or does not have as many concussions as Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's true.
I think he's Colt McCoy equivalent.
Yeah, I hope Teddy Bridgewater gets that chance, man. It sucks what happened to him. He was just starting to hit his stride, it seemed like. So,
yeah, hopefully so.
Yeah. I think if you're going to go into the playoffs, I mean, you ride Keenum out as long as you can, but if your end goal is to have Teddy play because he's the better player, you're going to need to get him some type of snaps in the regular season before the playoffs. But, I mean, maybe they ride with Keenum into the playoffs and see what he can do. But it's risky, in my opinion. They're both risky, but
yeah,
I think they just want to secure that division and then put Bridgewater in, or at least feel like they pretty much got.
Well, as long as they beat Detroit this week, they're fine, right? Basically,
I think so. Yeah.
So I mean, that's going to be interesting. F your prediction. I think the Panthers will have something to say about that. Yeah. They got to play off defense, and the offense is starting to come along. So we'll see. I mean, we honestly should have had the Eagles. People forget they literally got the ball twice within their 10-yard line, and we still lost by 5 with the chance to win twice at the end of the game. So I don't know. We were there.
But did you win?
I mean, losing by 5 early in the year while we had KB, we're a whole different team now, man. Different dynamics. No more KB. Made the right decision there, and I was a hater on it at first. But so far, it's turning out nice. Christian McCaffrey trying to make a late push for Rookie of the Year.
Let's get it.
Yeah, we'll see. All right.
So go ahead. What are we Trump versus the L's?
Yeah, Trump versus the L's pretty much.
Trump versus the L's.
I'm with Steve Kerr in this situation. It's just two people trying to get attention. The look at me factor. I mean, Lavar's the same way. Trump is the same way. I mean, I don't know. And then Trump coming in and saying Lynch should be suspended, like, just to use the Lavar ball, stay in your lane, man.
Right.
Like,
does that hurt you that bad?
Like, yeah, seriously.
I mean, it's like when people see Baker Mayfield, on the sideline. I'm like,
right?
Do you really have to voice your opinion? Just chill out, man. Stay in your lane.
Said he should have left him in prison. Like, okay, well, it's too late now, man.
Yeah.
They can say what they want about you. You're not the God.
Yeah. They're not. That situation, I would have probably, I'm speaking from experience, if he did play a role, which I believe he did.
He probably just gave
and I got out of jail. I would definitely say thanks.
I would say thanks.
Because I know how. Thanks. So when Lavar's just trying to get attention back.
Yeah, that's all it is. What do you mean? That put his name back in the news, man.
Right, because he hasn't been there for a while. Stuff on.
Yeah, no, hasn't. I mean, his son's terrible. His other son's shoplifted, so he's been negative news.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously, LaMelo doesn't even play high school basketball anymore, so there's no more mixtapes of him coming out.
Yeah, I know they gotta wait till AAU starts back up.
So, it's interesting. I would have definitely said thank you. I'm imagining the call went something like, "Hey, it's Trump. I'm trying to win something over here. I'm trying to get a little bit of publicity. Can you
me?" Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure.
That's probably what he did. He's like, yeah, man, I got you. He's like, these dudes sold sunglasses. I know how messed up our judicial system is over here in China. I'll let him go. Yeah, I'll let him go. I got you, Trump.
The whole Lynch thing, man. Lynch, if he wants to say it for it, I mean, I think what's the main thing? Because he stood up for the Mexican national anthem and then sat for the American one or something.
Yeah, that's pretty much the main thing.
Yeah. But he's not disrespecting the troops. That's what I've always stood by. I don't even know. He's always sat for the anthem, hasn't he? Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he.
It wasn't like a. Yeah. He was before Kaepernick. He was sitting for the anthem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So.
I don't change. I mean, if you've always done it, don't change now. I mean,
and it would make sense more that you would stand up for an opposing. I don't know. And as twisted as that sounds,
show respect. It's like, dude, I'm in your country. Don't. Yeah. He's like, I know the U.S. is the land of the free, but I don't know about down here. If y'all gonna send some,
catch me standing up.
Yeah, send some of these drug lords in here. Some of the.
Yeah, there's a couple in there. There definitely is. Yeah. Somewhere in there, in the press boxes.
Right. So he was like, man, I better go and stand up for those.
Yeah, all in all, though, I think this is just one of those, there ain't no news going on, let's make some news.
Yeah. Besides injuries, it's been kind of a boring couple of...
Yeah. Injuries, though, in the NFL, if they put together all the season injuries that they've had, they'd be the best team of all time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was looking at that.
It's crazy, yeah. It's really crazy.
Yeah, J.J. Watt, Aaron Rodgers,
Eric Berry.
Yeah,
the team would be ridiculous. Cam Chancellor.
Are there any Redskins on that one?
I mean, maybe for depth or something.
Our Redskins fan seems to think that his team is the only one decimated with injuries. Jairus, if you're watching,
he ain't watching.
His computer's watching. Hey, you were successful. I mentioned you in our podcast, Jairus.
All right, you made it. I can't wait to give him a couple buckets in OKC. That's what I can't wait for.
Oh Lord,
you think I'm lying here? I'm about to give him a couple.
Couple buckets? I don't know, dude. Jairus about to.
What you mean? I'll put him on skates one time. I'll put him on skates one time. I'll leave.
All right, man. We transitioning out of the NFL?
What NBA real quick? Are the Cavs back because they just beat the Pistons, who are one of the better teams in the East by 40?
So, are we talking about the Pistons and better?
Whoa! We're just going off of right now.
All right.
What are the Pistons? One of the better teams in the East. People have been raving about them, talking about the great job Stan Van Gundy's been doing, and how bad the Cavs are, and they come out and win their third straight. And be obviously going to be an Eastern Conference playoff team by 40 with limited help.
Well, I picked Boston to come out of the East. That was before Gordon Hayward went down, but I got to stick with it because I picked it, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if the Cavs can come out.
I mean, it looks like when they get locked in, they can play is what it seems like. They come to play against playoff teams. They lost to the Rockets by 3. they're there. I think that they'll be fine. And then obviously their second best without their second best player, who's instant offense, IT, which is will transition into him making progress for his return. We'll see him in about a month and a half, probably. They're still a top 5 offensive team, so defense is really just effort, in my opinion. As long as you can play team defense if you try.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you just gotta learn. You gotta put forth the effort to be good on.
That's
defense.
What defense is. Yeah,
everybody in the NBA can play defense unless you're undersized like Isaiah Thomas, and it's tough. It's tough. You gotta definitely play.
Yeah. A perfect example is Kyrie. The man can't play defense. He's just in a very, very good coach team that plays defense together. You know what I mean? So
that coach is legit, man.
No, that's one of the better coaches for sure.
Yeah, he's got it. I watched someone against Golden State last week, and they all look good. Jaylen Brown was the most impressive to me.
Can we talk about the dumbest play call I've ever seen from the Warriors?
What's up?
What was it? 18 seconds left, and you run a mid-range jumper with KD contested.
Oh, that was
shot, like down by 2.
Yeah,
terrible.
KD, but yeah, he's not a leader.
FKD, man. FKD.
All right.
What's the update on IT, Aaron? You got one?
Well, yeah, basically he's been actually participating like in practices now.
Slow down, man.
Yeah, so they're saying he's on the path to come back pretty soon.
You think he should have just had surgery?
I don't know. We'll have to see when he gets on the court.
Yeah, I mean, more power to him, I guess.
I think if he would have gotten the surgery, it would have been longer. Like he would still had to go through the rehab process. But he'd also have to heal first.
Makes sense. I don't know. I think they'll be dangerous when IT comes back. Like, it'll be bad.
It'd be interesting to see. I like to see how he fits in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're starting to turn it on. It looks like, in my opinion. So
yeah, we'll see what's up.
One and done, about to be over. I'm hyped about that because I love college basketball, and I think the one and dones have kind of ruined it because the one thing about college basketball is the tradition. You know what I'm saying? The rival. We used to see it with Duke, North Carolina all the time when Gerald Henderson was there as recently, and Tyler Hansborough. Like they used to go at it for 4 straight years. Like that bad blood would build. Now they just play twice a year, and they're off to the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, there's no I hate Duke, I hate blah blah blah. It's I went there for a semester. Didn't really go to class, just went to my BS classes, and now I'm making millions.
But so you're against the one and done, all right?
No, yeah, I'm against it.
Diggs, are you against it?
Yeah, I'm against it.
But what if we could have had like Kobe Bryant for just 1 year in college? You know, say he played for, let's say he went to Duke.
I mean, there's a lot of players.
I mean, LeBron just 1 year. Like some of the ones that
but there's some players who are just ready to come play.
That is true, and you can't. I mean, I understand that aspect. I'm just saying, as from a fan's point of view, I would spectating college basketball, and I really like.
They're
so
good that they're essentially not getting anything for being as good as they are. They're just making the NCAA millions on billions.
Exactly, they're the only ones really benefiting.
Have they announced what they're going to do? Because I know one thing I read before was they had to go either. Obviously, you can go overseas like Moutier did, or you can play 1 year in the G League now.
1 year in the G League?
Yeah, you got the first year.
In the G League. So the NBA is still going to get. I mean, they're going to bring up their G League, and they'll we'll probably start seeing
the smartest business thing to do.
Well, we'll see G League games on ESPN now.
Oh yeah, for sure,
for sure, because they're going to have some stars in there.
High school,
right. Yeah. Can you imagine if Lonzo Ball this was around and he didn't want to go to UCLA and he went to the G League? There would have been a lot of hype.
Still be trash.
Hey, he's got 2 triple doubles, man.
Yeah, he's not.
Look, he's got the Draymond triple doubles. All right,
he's just inconsistent, man.
My thing with Lonzo is he's supposed to be the point guard, and a lot of the times he's passing the ball, seemingly just to get it out of his hands. If that makes any sense.
But the ball moves, man. That's thing that's different.
There's times where he'll get a rebound and he'll kick it to midcourt to Brook Lopez, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I know I understand. It seems like, but that's his game is to get it out quick.
Yeah.
He used to get it back in UCLA. Yeah. You know, if they couldn't get something off that first try, I don't know.
Got to be more consistent on offense. The shooting. I mean, obviously he's long enough to play defense.
I was worried about his shot but it hasn't been getting blocked. It's it's not going in. And he didn't have that problem in college. He shot well, so I think it's just confidence. And
I think next year we'll see a different shot from Lonzo for sure.
I just don't see him changing his shot. I hope
they're going to change it. They changed MKG's. If they can change that, they can change anybody's.
Is he shooting better?
Yes. Well, wow. What?
I don't watch that. I don't watch them.
But he's shooting way better. He shoots way better. He doesn't shoot a lot because he's still trash.
He couldn't shoot any worse, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's just I'm still a proponent. If he's going right, he's not going to pull up on you if you're in his pocket because he can't. The ball's going to come from where you are up into you. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to change it eventually. And unless he starts going on a literally banana spree, just not missing, which we haven't seen.
I'm just not a fan of changing your shot.
Not during the season, but you're literally right when your season's over, you're not going to make the playoffs with the Lakers.
Look what Fultz had to adjust his shot because of his shoulder.
But that's
but he made it an ugly one. Yeah, like when you get like a normal, I don't know. If somebody can literally teach him,
well, he knows how to shoot normal. He shot it in ninth grade. He started changing up at 10th grade so he could get more distance on his three, so he could step back a few, and hit some of the longer range
just
threes.
Jump more, young fella. I can say that because I'm older than him.
Yeah. Anyways, that's right. So I mean, I think the shot, how it looks, is a little overblown. It's not getting blocked. Make it.
Literally, Magic Johnson literally talked about it. He says we're not going to mess with the year one, but if he keeps we're going to try to tinker with it if he's going to miss all the time.
Yeah, I mean, what do you got to lose if he's shooting 20% from the
he'll
field?
get the rebounds and he gets some assists. So
don't be another Landry
10-point triple doubles, man.
So who's rookie of the year?
Ben Simmons by far. Yeah, there's no contest. No contest. The man's averaging 18, 9, and 8.
Yeah, that's solid.
As a rookie. Yeah. Somebody in our Tecmo chat in Group Me was trying to argue. I think it was Raven was trying to argue that Jason Tatum was going to be it because he's on the Celtics, and I'm just like, no, you can't compete. 14-5 doesn't compete with 18, 9, and 8 on a team that's going to make the playoffs in the East. They might not win 60, but they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same dude that mortgaged his team to you for Darren Dome?
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about that guy. We're not gonna talk about Steve.
Yeah, now we got Cam Newton though.
Wow.
Chilling.
That's about it.
Ron Artest.
Yeah, Ron Artest comes to the Big Three next year.
That's what's up. Did you guys hear what he said? This blasphemy statement. He said that he could average 14 or something like that in the NBA today, when his last season he averaged 2.5. So get out of here. The dumbest thing ever.
His last season was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he averaged 2.5.
Ron Artest is the definition of stiff offense.
Yeah. Oh my god. He's just a big body who plays defense.
Yeah, dude, he got stiffer and stiffer. It's like arthritis just started taking over his body like every year. It's like
I mean, Big Three, that's cool. I'm hyped to see. There's definitely going to be some more names coming out. They should I mean, this might not make it too legit though, but they should add maybe a good you got to do a process or something, but get a good celebrity on each team. That'd be kind of cool. Because it's 3-on-3. I mean, you can play 3-on-3 no matter who you are.
Dude, watch the MTV Celebrity Game or whatever it is now. DirecTV Celebrity. I don't need to watch celebrities play basketball.
No, there's some good ones though. I'm saying J. Cole's not a bad basketball player. He can go out there and play a damn game. He can play.
I think any.
Just don't give me a damn Victoria's Secret model. Give me somebody who can play.
Yeah, I think a lot of them would get shut down even in the.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, you put one on each team. That's cool. Michael Rappaport.
I don't know. There's a couple people out there that can.
Yeah, there's a couple that can play. Davies could come out there.
Yeah, Davies. Chris Brown can ball too, for real.
Yeah, Chris Brown is Chris Brown.
But he can ball though. He'll get a bucket.
I don't know.
Get you a bucket.
I think he could get a bucket on maybe the games.
Let's do it, Diggs. We about to send in our resume.
Younger brother, but that's what it.
We're gonna send in the idea. Say, hey, get a celebrity on each team, a good one. They got to pass a rigorous test, whatever that test is.
Yeah, just hold tryouts for them, man.
Yeah, you got to be nice. You get to play. No, that's cool. I hope Big Three becomes something a little better. It kind of the tape delay ruins it, but other than that,
yeah. They got to do something with that.
Or yeah,
well, shoot, I think T.O. wanted to play too. I don't see why they didn't let him give him a chance.
They should. He's still probably athletic as I don't know what. So.
How T.O.'s like 41 to
look. I still stand by it. Regardless if the Giants beat the Chiefs, they had no receivers. Bring some fans in the stadium. Let T.O. play a couple snaps at receiver. And people will come and watch. I'll tune in on TV for sure.
Yeah, for sure. If T.O., Ocho Cinco, any of the old receivers come back, dude, put them out there. Let them run a few routes.
Right. Give them a couple snaps.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to do that. We'll see.
Well, all right. We'll be back, next Monday? For sure. Next
Monday. This time.
Hiatus. And then next Monday. And then that's 29. I don't know any 29s.
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry.
Eric Berry.
Wear your pink.
You got it.
Next week for Eric Berry.
Okay. What?
Cancer awareness?
No, that's breast cancer is pink. I think there's a certain color for each one. I think his would be yellow or something.
Well, Diggs.
We'll look it up.
It's Diggs' job to find that out. Anyway,
yeah, it's lymphoma.
Yeah. Okay, lympho. Come on, we got a rep for Eric Berry.
Yeah, man, we got you.
Very strong. Next week. Catch you in
Tennessee, though.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Adios. What's the other one? Salud. No, I don't know.
No, that's like bless you, bro.
Salud?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm speaking German. Come on, man.
Oh, all right, you got it.
Look, man, come on, man. You gotta get on my level.
OU over West Virginia this week. Kyler Murray's scoring 2 touchdowns to start off the game, and then
Wilger's out. Wilger's out. You guys got that one. It's over. Look, make me some shirts. Wake and bake.
Yeah. No, I got you one, dude.
Oh, you got me one? All right, nice. Let's get it. I'm in there. I'm in there. What does it say? Are they playing TCU again?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
nice.
Gary Patterson, dude. Come on,
bro.
Dude.
It's gonna be hype then, because TCU's right there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be super hype.
Yeah, it's gonna be
RV spot. Anyways, maybe we'll live stream from the Big 12 Championship, but we'll see you Monday.
It'll be on the vlog. Peace out, guys.